Hi, my name is HSkoch. I am a nursing instructor at College of the Canyons, and I am also a CNA instructor. Today, I will be helping you navigate through the pre-admittance packet for CNA class. The packet must be completed on or before the first day of class. Please pay close attention to the dates on your packet, as the dates that I will share with you today will differ from your dates. I hope to highlight the important pages to sign, the required material to complete, and emphasize the importance for time management on your part so you can get your packets completed on time. We would love to see you in class, and I hope to see you in class. So let me share my screen with you. Okay. So this first page is really just a checklist for you. It is important that you print out your packet. You can do that at the student services, only for registered students though. Please review this checklist as it has all the pages that you must complete on it. The bottom of this page lists a couple of things here. All of these will be discussed on the first day of class, so please do not do your fingerprinting. The first day of class, we will discuss it, okay? So as I said in the beginning, please pay close attention to the dates, as the dates I'm sharing with you here will be different from your packet. But I want you to see the location of the lecture day, the dates of your lecture, the hours of your lecture, and also note that for the section numbers, there are differing clinical location sites. So make sure you pay close attention to your location that you'll be doing clinicals in. And please ask yourself if this schedule works for you. Just for example, if Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays you work, but you have lecture days on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, then this specific class wouldn't work for you. You must complete all lecture days. You cannot be absent to any lecture days. And for your clinical dates, you must complete 10 of the 11 clinical dates. So there is one grace day that you can miss. Also, there's a mandatory 4-hour federal training with avenues, and I want you to make sure that if the date is posted here, that you are able to make that day as well. The next page is your Certified Nurse Assistant initial application. This is pretty self-explanatory. Please read the directions carefully. This sheet will go back to the office. So read the directions carefully. If it says to be completed by the registered nurse, that means you do not sign, print, date, nothing here. This is for when you complete the course, and it will be signed by the director of the CNA program. But please fill out everything else, as this page and this page need to go back to the office on or before the beginning of your class. Early work is always accepted by the health professions office, which is located in Benelli 243A. This is information for you to read. Remember I said do not get fingerprinted before the first day of class. Do not get fingerprinted. We will go over that on the first day of class. This page is for your records. It's just information only. Page 6, this is an emergency information sheet. So in the case of an emergency, who would you like us to contact? pretty straightforward here. Please fill that out. That goes to the office as well. This next page, page 7, this is a waiver because in class we do practice on each other. We will be rotating each other in gurneys. We might be pushing gurneys. We will be practicing with a mechanical lift. And there will not be any needles in this class. It would be like a blood pressure cuff or helping assist somebody to the head of the bed. And in the event of an injury, we want you to sign this to release liability from the school. This has not happened in the past classes. We're very safe. We encourage safety, number 1, and I teach you good body mechanics to prevent injury. But you need to sign this and return this to the health professions office. So this next couple of pages will help you understand workman's comp. Students are treated like employees here. So when we go through further pages here, you'll see it says employee name. That will be you. These are the facilities that the district has designated, these clinics, just in case you do get injured on the job. So this is for your records. However, this page, page 10, please date and write your name here. You will be the employee name, so write your name here and date it. The next couple of pages is pretty thick, and I can admit that I do not understand all of it. I am not going over this in depth, but again, this is highlighting the work-related injuries and illnesses. So the next couple of pages is for your records, and please reach out to the health professions office if you have further questions regarding this. Okay. So that brings us to page 16. This is a pre-designation for either your personal physician or that you elect to use one of the clinics designated by the district. So this is if you're injured at school or at clinical, you can either elect to not pre-designate your physician at this time. So you can check this and then you would sign here if that's what you wish. Or you can elect to use your personal physician, which in that case you check here and you and your doctor sign this out here. Your doctor signs here and the doctor dates here. This is more about the locations for the medical groups if you needed to be treated. This is for your record. Don't have to do anything with page 18. Okay, this next page is all of the supporting documents that you will need to turn into the office. Again, it's similar to that first page where it was a checklist. This is also a checklist, but you will turn this into the office, stating that you've read this packet and that you are going to be able to do all the requirements listed below. If you do not do the requirements listed below before or on the first day of class, you will be dropped from the program. Okay, so by signing this, you acknowledge all of these need to be completed on or before the first day of class. Or you'll be dropped from the program if you cannot meet that deadline. This next page, page 20, is stating that if your picture is taken during class, say you're practicing with a student and a photographer comes in and takes a quick pic of you, that you will not be compensated for the picture if it's published during the class or in the future. And page 21. This is where we begin speaking about the physical that is required for taking this class. We want to make sure you're healthy and fit and well enough to take care of others. Your doctor will fill all this out except for you can write your name, your student ID, you can write College of the Canyons, your date of birth, and your gender. This and below is filled out by either the doctor, the physician's assistant, or the nurse practitioner. If the physician, the nurse practitioner, or the physician's assistant has a stamp, they can stamp. We accept stamps. Stamp is okay. Please remember to make your appointment for this physical examination early, as it is hard to get an appointment these days for the next week or in 2 weeks. Sometimes, okay, we'll see you in 3 months. So please consider that time management here. And this physical is good for a year. So if you do it 3 months before the program, that's perfect. Do that. But we do need, it must be given no more than 6 months before the start of the program, as it says here. Physical must be given no more than 6 months before the start of the program. And that's just because we don't want it to expire during your course. Okay, so during your physical examination, you will also receive a TB test, which we'll go over, and you will get your titers drawn. So all of these things here, you need titers for. Titers are helpful in determining if you are non-immune to these diseases. So in the case of you get your titers drawn for measles and it comes back negative, that means that you will need to complete the full vaccination series again and get a redraw in 30 days after your full vaccination series to test if you're positive now. Positive on titers is a good thing. That means you're immune to the disease. We need all the documentation for this, so you can't just say positive, positive, positive. We need to have those documents from your healthcare provider. So the office, the health professions office, will need this filled out, as well as attachments of all of the supporting evidence that these exist from your healthcare provider. So let's go over the TB test. We do not want you to have tuberculosis. An active tuberculosis infection is not okay for you to be taking care of other people. So during your physical assessment, you can ask for the quantiferum gold test. It's also a blood draw that tests for TB, and it's a one blood draw. You don't have to go back and get your bubble read. That's the preferred way because it's most convenient for you. However, if for some reason it's not offered or you're unable to get it done that way, then you can opt to do the two-step TB test. So let's move on to the next page. This is the two-step instructions. It needs to be within a 2-week period or a 10-day period. You can go to the health center at College of the Canyons. They will put the bubble on your forearm, and then in a week you get it read. If it's negative, then you go back for another bubble and you come back within another 48 hours. When you're down at the health center, they are familiar with the two-step, but you just need to verify that they're doing a two-step. We do not accept the one bubble, the read after 48 hours. It can't just be that. It has to be two-step TB screening. Okay. So let's move on to page 24. We also require you to have a current CPR and fire card. We only accept American Heart Association. We do not accept Red Cross. These are only suggestions for American Heart Association basic life support, the BLS card. It can be an online lecture, but it has to be testing in person. And this is good for 2 years. Again, we need a fire life safety card from LA City. Again, these dates may not be applicable to you, so make sure you read your dates carefully on the packet in front of you to see the upcoming dates for the class. Please contact the Office of Health Professions if you will not be able to get into one of these classes, and it will affect your start date of the class where you're not going to have all of the requirements for the class in the first day. Before you call the office, email Armando Nunez to ask and see if there are any other available courses. You can also call these facilities to ask about LA City Fire Life and Safety Card. These are just suggestions, okay? But we recommend you first starting with the COC Community Education Office at this website or contacting Armando Nunez. The fire card is good for 4 years. It is not an option. It is mandatory to get the BLS and the fire life safety card, and it has to be current. Both have to be current. Okay, let's go on to the student CNA professional liability insurance on page 25. You will go to this website, nso.com. You will purchase your nurse aid. So I know it says assistant here, but on the website, it does say nurse aid. That's the same thing. And you will elect the coverage date. Again, this date will be different from your packet in front of you. Whatever is applicable to the start date of your class, that's the effective date of coverage. That's when it begins. And it has to be $1 million each claim and $3 million aggregate. It has to be this. The coverage must be exact here. It might say nurse aide, it might say nurse assistant student. Either one of those, that's the right one. So it can be nurse assistant student, nurse aide, nurse assistant. It is $25 a year. So this will be June 6, 2023 to June 6, 2024. So it's good for 1 year. Make sure that your date is correct for your class. Please print out your certificate and bring it to the health professions office when you return your completed packet. Okay, let's get into drug screening. So this is page 26. For your drug screening, you can elect to use your healthcare provider, or you can elect to use the site that we recommend, which is Castle Branch. So your healthcare provider, if you do choose to use your healthcare provider, these 10 drugs must be tested in your urine. It cannot be just 4 of these. It has to be all 10 on the panel. You will not be allowed in the course if any of these drugs are in your system. I just want to point out the marijuana metabolite. Yes, it is legal in California, but it is not legal in the healthcare setting. For the next page, so I said you could use Castle Branch. You have to use Castle Branch for your background check. You do not have to use Castle Branch for your drug test. So you can either bundle it and get both the background check and the drug test through Castle Branch, or you could just get the background check through Castle Branch and do the drug test with your healthcare provider. It takes about 7 days to get these things back, so please plan ahead. We need to have this completed, the background check and the drug testing, before you start the course. The drug testing can be done no more than 30 days before the beginning of the course. No more than 30 days before the beginning of the course for the drug testing. Page 28, this is information on what the background check will include. Uniforms will be white shirts, white pants. For CNA students, it is white shirts, white pants. You may use this contact information. The woman's name is Donna. You do make an appointment by calling her phone number directly. You can go to her residence and try on the uniform. If you do choose to use Vista uniforms, Donna will sew on your patch for free. She will sew on your patch. If you choose to go to a different site and buy white top, white bottoms, that is okay. Just make sure your instructor is aware of what your scrubs look like. We want you to be professional. You will need to purchase your patch through Vista though, and then you will sew on your patch to the left shoulder. For shoes, you can purchase white, non-skid, non-porous shoes. Please email or text a picture of the shoe that you are wanting to buy before you purchase it, just to verify that it is okay for clinical. You will be wearing your uniforms only to clinical days, not to lecture days. Also, to be worn during clinical days and lecture days is your student CNA badge, which you can pick up in the Student Engagement Center near the bookstore on Valencia campus at College of the Canyons. You will need your photo ID, and it does cost $6. You have to have it say CNA student. It's not okay if it says COC student. It has to say CNA student. You will wear this badge at eye level during lecture class and at clinical sites. If you do not have your badge, you will be sent home. And please remember to check your student emails. The COC email will be the one that the nursing office communicates with, as well as your instructors. Please check it frequently as there are updates, and you need to make sure that you give yourself enough time to make the deadlines. So check your COC emails frequently. I suggest 3 times a week. This last page, page 32, actually second to last page, this is an estimated cost for the CNA program. You can look through this. Please buy a parking pass. They are ticketing, and it's $35 a day for a ticket versus a $50 permit for the whole semester. This is the last page. and it's very simple to fill out. Please fill this out and also return it to the office. Just a couple of updates regarding COVID. So as of this moment, you need to be COVID vaccinated with the bivalent vaccination or the most recent vaccination, which right now is the bivalent vaccination. We do ask our clinical sites on a monthly basis for an update of the COVID shot requirement, and you will be updated as soon as we are aware of that. But as of this moment, our clinical sites are requiring the bivalent vaccination. Also, your fee for the units at College of the Canyons, just a quick fact, right now it is $46 a unit. I hope that this video was helpful in guiding you through your pre-admittance packet for the CNA program. I do hope to see you soon. Please contact me directly at hillary.skoch@canyons.edu. That's spelled HILARY.SKOCH@canyons.edu, or you can contact the Health Professions Office at College of the Canyons in Valencia. Look forward to seeing you. Get your things in on time.